the crowd comes alive again to anticipate the possibility that Rickey is going to break the record, something they've all come out here to see.
All eyes intent on the drama. Sachs and Espinosa doing all they can to keep Rickey close.
Interesting how much that the game is almost forgotten here.
That's right. Rickey goes, a pitch taken, he's going to have it. He does! Rickey Henderson, no contest, steals third base, jerks the bag from its moorings, and holds it aloft, representing number 939. Rickey is enjoying the accolades of the crowd, waving his hands to them. So the whole game is held up with runners at first and third here.
Luke Brock was a symbol of great base stealing. But today, I am the greatest of all time. Thank you.
Behind the bag, it gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight in the middle. In the deep left center for Metro. She is gone.
Throws to first in time. Ball game over. World Series over.
Roberto Kelly to lead off now against Mike Moore. Kelly 1 for 4 in last night's game, comes in batting at .279. The A's, Ernest Riles at third base, will be up on the infield grass for the speedy Kelly. Weiss at short, Gallego at second, McGuire at first, Steinbach behind the plate. The Hendersons and Canseco in the outfield, and here's the first pitch of the day. And it's strike one, a fastball. 53 degrees. Pretty low figure for one of our afternoon games here, one of the lowest I can remember. And the pitch to Kelly again, breaking ball. He throws his bat and fouls it off to the left past Buck Showalter, the third base coach. Breaking ball fooled him so badly he lunged out at it, and the bat went twirling through the air about 2/3 of the way to the mound. Kelly coming back to the plate now. Last night he opened the game with a single, stole second while Steve Sachs was batting, and then jogged home before Sachs's first home run of the year. Moore into his motion, delivers. Low and inside. Fastball, and the count now 1-2. A's trying to continue their dominance over the Yankees that has reached 15 consecutive victories. Strike call, inside corner fastball. Well, Moore very early indicates he's going to be willing to pitch inside to the Yankees.
Probably one of the biggest differences in Mike Moore, I guess, from last year to this year so far, being able to pitch inside, and of course, nice, free, and easy with the delivery.
And here's the aggressive Steve Sachs. 2 for 4, including that home run last night. His first career hits off his ex-Dodger teammate Bob Welch. Yankees have dropped their last 3 games. Low for ball 1, while the A's have won 4 straight. Sachs at 284 right now. Takes another fastball over the plate, but low, and the count now to 2-0. Mattingly waiting to the right in the on-deck circle. 2-0 delivery. Ball 3, again, just a little bit down. I think Moore thought he might have had that one. With Durwood Merrill, I don't think you, if you're a pitcher or a hitter for that matter, you want to start getting mad, because Durwood tends to vary his strike zone, so you're liable to get the next one in that zone. That one, though, is too high for ball 4. So 2 contrasting at-bats. A very impressive strike out of Kelly and a 4-pitch walk to Sachs. And here's Mattingly, who was 1 for 3 with a walk last night. Mattingly coming back off of that severe back injury that really destroyed his season a year ago. The question is, in having to protect his back with a bit of an altered approach physically as far as his stance and the way he stays upright, whether he'll be able to generate the power that he had before consistently. Throw to first and the runner back. Mattingly, as his career began to evolve in 84, 5, and 6, was learning to really turn on the ball. Hit 35 homers one year, 31 the next. Here's the pitch. Strike call, a fastball. Last year, he hit but 5 homers, was in just 102 games, and some of those games he played, he was severely impaired because of the back. 1 strike to count. Sacks at first base. Top foul, a breaking ball away from Mattingly, and he beat it on the ground with the left. It's a breezy sort of a day. It's not as strong as it was by the end of the game last night, but you see some papers rolling around, swirling a little bit. Sun comes and goes depending on the whim of the clouds. And the pitch. There's Sachs running. The pitch taken. The throw to second. It'll bounce, and it will not be in time. He got a big jump that time. Steinbach had a pitch. He had to go to his left. It wasn't an advantageous position from which to throw, and he had to hurry the throw. So Sachs gets his 4th stolen base. He swiped 43 last year. And he's closing in on 400 for his career. It's 382. Now runner in scoring position for Mattingly, who's driven in 4 runs this year. He has 1 homer, 265 average compared to his career mark of 317. And a shot off the glove of Moore, rolling to Gallego, picks it up and throws not in time. And runners are at first and third. It was a sort of tentative swing by Mattingly, very controlled, almost as if he wasn't sure of it, and he hit a sort of medium speed liner that rolled off Moore's glove, and Gallego had to charge all the way in to the base path and couldn't get it.
One thing Gallego did on that play that a lot of times we see him do differently, and this time he took his time and made a controlled throw, whereas in the past we've seen him perhaps even fall to the ground trying to make a quick throw. But with Steinbach not able to back up, ball gets past, the run's going to score.
So now runners at first and third, and Kevin Moss, who's an explosive potential at the plate. Just 2 home runs this year and a .231 average, but he can unload on you, as he showed last year at his rookie campaign. The A's put the shift on with only Riles on the left side of the infield. Shortstop Weiss is actually a step to the right of second base, and it's strike 1. Moss gearing his swing for Yankee Stadium as he moved up into the Bronx ballpark from the minor leagues, has really concentrated on pulling the ball, has that open stance with that extreme bent knees crouch. Left-handed batter. Low for a ball, and the count 1-1. Moss leading the major leagues in walks with 23. He's very patient at the plate. Takes a lot of pitches, generally gets deep into the count. Had 1 hit in 4 trips last night. Riles about 30 feet off the line at third base as the only infielder on that side. Fastball is outside, and the count 2-1. So the hole deepens just a bit, inch by inch here. Of Moss's 23 walks, only 1 is intentional. Mattingly at first and Sachs at third. On deck is Mel Hall. Ball, it's low, and it's 3-1. And Moore suddenly doesn't seem to have that free and loose motion that he did in striking out Kelly to start the ball game. Three balls and a strike. Moss up there waiting, figuring he might get something here that he can drive. Moore comes set. And the pitch. Low, ball 4. He has filled them up. A walk, an infield hit, and a walk. Now here's Mel Hall. One out, bases full. Pitch to the plate. Swung on, drive to right center field. That ball is well hit. Canseco on his horse. It's dying, though. He makes the catch right at the edge of the warning track. The runners tag up from second and third. Sachs scoring from third. Mattingly going to third. 1-0 New York. On a sacrifice fly by Hall in the first pitch. When the ball was hit, I was thinking of the way the wind was carrying it last night, and I thought it might be deep trouble, but it didn't seem to have the same wind effect today.
Amazing how far he hit that ball. It was running away from him outside, but yet still able to pull the ball and hit it far enough to get the run in.
So now runners at first and third, and here's Noakes, who in his first at bat last night hit a rope off the wall in right field for a double. Another dead pull hitter for the most part, although he doesn't open his stance up. He's very squared, does bend at the knees a lot like Moss. Grounds one to the right side, and Gallego's down for it, has it, throws to first for the out. So Moore, who was having trouble with his strike zone, throws 2 pitches and gets 2 outs. One of them drives in a run in the sacrifice fly. Yankees 1, A's coming to bat. Leary, who had 17 wins in 1988 with the Dodgers when he developed his forkball, has a good assortment, a hard thrower, and capable of giving a team a lot of trouble, even though the A's beat him 3 times last year and have beaten him 6 times in his career. First pitch to Rickey. It is a fastball outside for ball 1. Leary went through about 5 years of recovering from elbow problems in his 3rd year in baseball, just about the time he got to the big leagues with the Mets. High fastball, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. With each ball, the fans will anticipate a little more his possibility of getting on base. The wind in the next pitch. Strike call, a fastball. Leary, with that 9-19 mark last year, still had an earned run average that was not outlandish considering the ball club and that situation. He was able to post a 4.11 ERA in his 31 starts. Fastball high, and it's 3-1. In 19 losses, the Yankees in those games scored only 38 runs total. It was a tough job to get a win, even if he pitched well. Outfield straight away, the infield playing normal for Rickey, who has the opened up stance, and there's strike 2. It's 3-2. Randy Velarde at third today after Mike Blauer started the last 8 games there. Espinosa at short, Sachs at second. Behind the plate is Matt Noakes. Here's the wind and the pitch, and it's low, ball 4, and Rickey's aboard. So the fans, sensing the possibility of the moment being at hand, and coming in is Sachs now to talk with Leary. Leary, a veteran. The first baseman is Kevin Moss. He'll be holding against the runner. Mattingly is DHing today. The outfield with Kelly in center. Hall is in right and Mulin's in left. Jesse Barfield not in the lineup. Here's Dave Henderson now. And everybody in a moment of anticipation here.
And Leary does not have that great a move to first base. Last year, about 68% of the base runners who tried to steal were successful against it.
The pitch. Swing and a miss by Henderson, when Rickey was aboard last night in the 6th inning, was out on strikes looking. He took all 3 called strikes, but he said only the first one was he taking for Rickey. The other 2 he just didn't swing at because he didn't think they were in the strike zone. Canseco is on deck. He's had a hot bat. Rickey now with the lead, and back he goes, and a soft toss to first base by Leary. Dave Henderson batting at .387 with 6 homers, 18 RBIs. Outside with a fastball. Almost looked like he overthrew that pitch a little. It's 1-1.
You know, one thing that Matt Noakes does behind the plate, he lets the ball get completely to him before he makes a move. You would figure that with the anticipation of Rickey running, he would start his movement forward to have some momentum behind his throws, but he's almost back on his heels as he catches the ball.
From the stretch. And now Rickey was flinching. He was ready to go just as Leary stepped off. Leary didn't intend to throw. He just stepped off the rubber. And Rickey was within an eyelash of being on the way. Moss holds the corner of the bag. Turn to throw over. If he makes a quick spin with his feet, he doesn't seem to be able to get a lot of velocity on his throw over there. So I don't think Rickey's too concerned about being picked off. What he's trying to do is time his move to the plate. And there's another throw over. He makes a quick spin, but then the throw is a little bit hardy and not hard.
And Rickey that time had started towards second, then had to dive back, but wasn't even close with that.
You know he's going to go here. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Did he tell you that?
All right. There he flinched and he goes back. It's a pitch out and there's no throw. Well, that may have been telegraphed. Once again, he was ready to go.
But Matt Noakes anticipating the pitch out, as good base runners will watch the catcher or the pitcher, and something they do differently, and Noakes came out too quickly that time.
Ball 2 and strike 1. All eyes intent on the drama. Now the hands down. A turn, a throw, and a dive, and he's back, and that was pretty close. Rickey ambles off the bag again. Hendu waiting all the while. Boy, it's tough to maintain concentration up there at the plate. He's running. Pitch taken. Throw to second by Noakes. He is out at second base. Matt Noakes throws out Rickey Henderson, delaying his assumption of the all-time leadership as Espinosa put on the tag. It is 3 balls and a strike to Hendu. The pitch was high.
You know, Bill, watching Rickey take off, it seemed he was back on his heels a little bit. He wasn't going towards second base and had perhaps a slow start, not able to get that good quick lead, which normally 1 or 2 steps, he's full speed.
Here's Hensley Mullins now to lead off the Yankees second. Swings and misses Moore's fastball, and it's strike 1. Mullins last night 1 for 3 with a walk, batting at .205. Our prize for this week is a weekend stay at a Courtyard by Marriott in the bumper sticker contest. Inside fastball, 1-1. All weekly prize winners are eligible to win the grand prize, a 1991 Pontiac Firebird SSA, compliments of Silvera, Pontiac, and Healdsburg. Stay tuned to the A's radio network and win with the A's. Foul ball back to the screen. Mullins, the young prospect, he's the youngest player in the Yankee ball club, less than 24. He's 23 plus years old, with a lot of potential. Very strong, crouching in a right-handed stance. A little bit low for a ball. This is his 12th start of the year in left field. Had a big spring, and they won the James P. Dawson Award they give annually to the best rookie in spring training down in Florida for the Yankees. Swings and doesn't get it. He struck him out. So Moore starts the second inning as he did the first with a strikeout. And we'll hope that it will go more smoothly than it did in the first when he followed it up with a walk to Sachs, who stole second. An infield hit to Mattingly, a walk to Moss, and a sacrifice fly by Hall before he got the final out. Notice through the TV coverage on the monitor here, cameras peering into the dugout, Matt Noakes was pretty much all smiles after throwing out Rickey Henderson, and some of his mates were coming over congratulating him. Top foul, and it's strike 1. Did you ever have a focal point steal attempt against you that would even come close to this, Ray?
No. No, not at all. I'm glad. Changes the whole game when you do that.
Here's the pitch. Outside a ball, it's 1-1. How about particular base stealing threats at the time you were an active player?
Tommy Harper probably was the best. There was a thrill to throw him out anytime he attempted, whether it be second or third. And we had our little game going, and it's always nice to throw him out.
1-1. Moore just outside with a pitch, 2 balls and a strike.
Of course, as Lou Brock said, and good base stealers, they talk about pitchers. And, of course, pitchers with the good deliveries can help catchers, because most catchers have strong arms. It's just a matter of being able to get the ball quickly enough to make that strong throw.
Pitch on the way. Swings and misses. Moore looks like he has a good fastball today. And it's 2-2. Randy Velarde is only hitting at 167. As we mentioned, he was in that rotation at third base until they put Blowers in for 8 straight starts, and now Velarde gets a shot again today, and he swings and fouls one away off to the right side and out of play. He has Last started on the 15th, so it's been some 16 days since he was in the starting lineup. Velarde out of Midland, Texas. Fastball outside. 3-2 now. Last year with the Yankees all year, he got into 95 games and hit .210. 5 homers. Espinosa on deck. Moore's 3-2 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air pretty well to center. Dave Henderson, though, has that one lined up, back and under it, makes the catch. Drifting toward right center, medium deep. 2 out and Espinosa the batter. Hitless last night in 3 trips. He is still a .367 hitter after the first 3+ weeks of the campaign. Moore says he'd like to have a different baseball and gets it. National League this afternoon, 2 games underway. Atlanta had a 4-run third at St. Louis, but the Cardinals came back with a 4-run fourth. They're in the 7th now, tied at 4 apiece. Did he go or not? Yes, he did. And at a breaking ball, looked like a hard slider, and the count is strike 1. They're now through 8 at St. Louis, tied at 4-4. Steve Avery against Bryn Smith in that game. Sid Bream homered for Atlanta with 2 on. Swing and a miss. He came inside that time on Espinosa, and the count strike 2. Pagnozzi has a home run for St. Louis with 2 on in that game. Cubs are banging the Astros around 8-3 after 4 innings at Chicago. Maddox pitching for Chicago. They knocked out Deshays again early, as Dawson had a 3-run homer and Villanueva a solo. Villanueva's 2nd of the year, Dawson's 6th. Luis Gonzalez has a home run with a man on for Houston. After 4, 8-3 Cubs. All the other activity tonight. Espinosa with a 2-strike count. Moore pours it in the dirt. 1-2. Very shallow outfield for Espinosa. Espinosa a couple of years ago was a big surprise with a .282 batting average when he took over the Yankee shortstop job. Fell to .224 last year. Hard hit ball on the ground right to Weiss at short, who has it. His throw in plenty of time. And Moore takes care of the Yankees 1-2-3 in the 2nd inning. We go to the bottom of the 2nd. New York 1, the Athletics 0. Leary takes the sign, starts the wind. Here's the pitch. Inside for ball 1. And the next delivery. Swing and a grounder hard, but right to the 3rd baseman Velarde. Throw to first for the out. Steinbach is gone. Now Mark McGwire had a big double last night in that 4-run 6th that produced 2 runs and moved the A's from a run behind to a run in front, and they never looked back. Now batting at 209. Noakes sets the target. McGwire swings and fouls one back upstairs in the 2nd deck. A's homestand continues through Sunday, and then after a Monday off date, 2 more games with the Baltimore Orioles, and I'm informed now that the Tuesday night game with the Orioles next week has been moved back to 7:35 to accommodate an ESPN date from the original 7:05. High fastball, and the count 1-1. Leary, a very compact windup, delivers a fastball that's high again. 2-1. McGwire flexes the knees. That pigeon-toed batting stance. Strike, it's called. 2-2. One out, nobody on. 2nd inning, 1-0 Yankees. Struck him out. Took something off that pitch, and McGuire is out swinging.
Like it might even been the slider, curveball, or something that kind of flattened out with the break away from that.
So there are 2 men out. One of the few non-fastballs that Leary has shown here. And here's Riles, who's 1 for 2 last night, batting .227. First pitch to Riles is taken for ball 1. Yankees hope to have, here's the next delivery now, and a swing and a foul out of play off to the left. They hope to have Mike Witt and Pascual Perez back in the starting rotation sometime in the first half of the season. Witt, of course, went on the disabled list right at just before the outset of the campaign, and Perez coming back from that rotator cuff problem of a year ago. Low for a ball in the count 2-1. Perez had been pitching down in the extended spring training facility in Florida, building up arm strength. Strike on the outside corner. Again, took something off that pitch, and it's 2-2. Riles didn't seem overly pleased with the call. Now Leary ready to crank it in again, and here it comes. Swung on. There's a soft fly ball into left field. It'll drop in for a base hit between short and left field. Going out, Espinosa had no chance. It wasn't high enough to run under, and Mullins had no chance to get it coming in. So Riles dumps one in for the A's first hit with 2 out and brings up Walt Weiss, who coming back after 13 games absent, had a double and drove in a run last night. Leary ready to work to the plate from the stretch, delivers low, a fastball for ball 1 to Weiss, batting left-handed, average at 280 as he steps in for the first time today. Sliced foul down the left side and out of play. Now the Yankee right-hander sets and delivers. Fastball high. 2-1. Mike Gallego on deck. There are 2 out with Riles at first base. And the pitch. There's a sharp breaking ball that Weiss swings and misses. 2-2. So Leary finally departing from his fastball pattern.
I think this inning he's started to throw a lot more fork balls and pitch dropping down very effectively.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner goes, pitch high, throw to second base. Riles is safe at second under the tag by Espinosa. Looked like he was going to be out by a good margin, but the second base umpire Dinkinger says Espinosa missed the tag. Riles slid on, then overslid the bag, but by that time Espinosa was a couple of feet too far away to make a second effort.
That's where the hook slide helped Riles as he slid around a tag which was high. Or the throw was high from Noakes, and by the time Espinosa brought it down, the hook slide got him in.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second. The A's down by a run. A Weiss base hit could get things even here. And Leary ready. Here's his pitch. Check swing. That was going to be ball 4, but it was a breaking ball running in on him, and he'd already committed, and he fouled it off. The bat handle.
Almost have to shorten up in this instance, looking for something off speed. First base all of a sudden is open. The right-hander coming up, 3-2 count, which normally might be looking fastball. Like Leary might stay with the off-speed pitches.
Weiss up off the end of the bat a little bit. Turn, a bluff at second. Nobody's covering. Leary trying to maintain the 1-0 lead. Takes a long time getting his sign. Now he steps off. Riles, meantime, perched out there a little off second base. Leary sets and delivers 3-2. Fastball, foul out of play to the left. I think that fastball was running away from a left-handed batter. Leary is, since he's surmounted all those arm troubles, pretty sturdy sort of a guy. Last year he pitched 208 innings, third straight year of 200 or better. And it got him a big contract, even though he was only 9-19. Now 3-2 again. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. Blow it inside. His third walk in the 2 innings, and Mike Gallego will come to the plate now. Each team with just 1 hit. Riles at second, Weiss at first. Gallego 0 for 3 with a walk last night. Right-hander against right-hander, and here's the pitch. Ball 1, it's high. 1-0. Leary making quite a few pitches here in the first 2 innings. If you just joined us, the information, Rickey Henderson walked to start the A's first, but he was eventually thrown out stealing by Matt Noakes. Fastball, ball 2 is high. 2-0. And Rickey is on deck. White Sox lead is 5-1 over the Brewers now. Milwaukee has scored a run in the 5th inning. It is in the bottom of the 5th. Ball 3, inside fastball to Gallego, and it's 3-0. Leary walked 78 last year. He struck out 138 in those 208 innings. And now he's flirting with a walk that would fill the bases. And the pitch to Gallego. Strike. It's called. Oh, boy. If you ever saw a high strike, that was a high strike. 3-1 now with 2 out. He's ready again. Runners ready to take off. There they go. Ball 4. Bases are loaded. And now Noak goes out to talk to Leary. You're always going to be in for sort of an adventure with Durwood behind the plate. And I think players know it. Fans know it. Rickey is 0 for 2 with the bases loaded this season. Has driven in a run. Strike on the inside corner, and Rickey said, "Where did you move the inside corner?" No balls and a strike. Bases loaded. A's down by a run. Rickey trying to change that. 2nd inning. From the stretch, Leary's pitch. High fastball. 1-1. But you know, the crowd getting on Durwood never seems to bother him at all. In fact, I think he kind of responds to it.
I think he likes it.
1-1. Stretch, pitch. Ball 2, it's high and away. 2-1.
I think Matt Noakes is trying to figure out where home plate is also. He, second or third time this inning, last couple of batters, he's turned around and had a conversation with Durwood.
Dave Henderson on deck. If Rickey keeps the inning going, there are 2 out. And the next pitch. Swung on, clubbed in the air, foul down the right side. That'll go into the lower seats, and the count 2-2. Well, Leary is certainly using up a lot of pitches here for 2 innings. Rickey bends over the plate. Outfield straight away. Right-handers ready, but time call. Rickey asked for it, and it's granted. Back he goes in the batter's box. He's hitting at 273. Strike three called. Fastball outside corner.
Roberto Kelly will lead off against Mike Moore and swings and misses a breaking pitch way outside for strike one. We're going to call that a ball because he shouldn't have swung at that.
That was
strike one count.
Result of that fastball inside the last at bat, striking him out.
Let's take strike two on the outside. It's 0-2. Moore has struck out 2 men. He has walked 2. Walked 2 in the first inning, and one of those, Steve Sachs, scored the only run of the game. Way outside for a ball that goes all the way back to the backstop. Each club with 1 hit. Neither hit what you would call a magnificent one. There was a infield hit by Mattingly, and then Riles' hit for the A's was a little bloop into left field. 1-2 to Kelly. Swing and a line drive, base hit left field. He tried to come inside with him, and Kelly got around on that pitch and stung it to left for a base hit. Well, the leadoff batter is on here in the third. Steve Sachs, who drew a walk and scored a run in the first. First time the Yankees have put their leadoff batter on. The lead at first base by Kelly. Good base stealer, 42 of them last year, and he's stole a base in the first inning last night. Moore working from a stretch. Riles up close at third. The pitch to Sachs is low for a ball. 1-0.
For the Yankees, their speed is concentrated at the top of the batting order. The first 2, and Kelly and Sachs after that. There's not much speed in the lineup, and of course for the pitch outs from Tony La Russa, he figures that these are the 2 that he has to be concerned about.
Kelly's lead at first. The throw over there by Moore, and Kelly gets back in. Sachs, who hit a home run last night, has a walk today, hitting .326 on the road this year for the Yankees. Had a drop off last year, had a tough season. Another quick throw over. Some people were wondering if maybe at 31 Sachs had lost a little bit, but he has come back this year to show that that was not the case. He fouled away to the right side, and it's a ball and a strike.
The Yankees also thought so because they extended his contract, and he still had a couple of years to go on that contract that he signed.
They gave him a 4-year extension.
Right? I think it upset a few people in baseball, the management side, to extend a guy's contract even though he had 2 years left. But
didn't upset Steve.
No, absolutely not.
Bluff throw to first by Moore.
And he's happy to be in New York, playing out on the West Coast, and obviously a big change, but he has enjoyed it, and a fan favorite, Yankee Stadium.
Stretch for the 1-1 pitch. Kelly runs. Pitch taken. The throw to second. He is out at second base. Weiss taking the throw, and Kelly is cut down 2-6. And the throw is just a little bit to the left side. Here comes Stump Merrill. He's going to argue that play with Don Denkinger.
Great tag by Walt Weiss, and that maybe is what Stump Merrill is going out to discuss, because the throw was to the third base side of the bag, but Walt taking the throw over the bag and made a quick tag, and Don Denkinger right on top of him. Maybe Stump, I mentioned last night he's been fighting the flu. Maybe he just wanted to try to get up a sweat, get rid of the flu.
The thing about Stump, when he goes out to argue all the way out to second base, he takes a lot more steps than most people do. Now he's It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 steps to get to first base.
And then took a little hop step as he crossed the coaching box.
Well, at Milwaukee, Franklin Stubbs has hit a 3-run home run to put Milwaukee in front of the White Sox 6-5.
All those coming in the 5th inning or 6th.
Swing and miss by Sachs. That ball almost hit him, and Sachs is out on strikes, and now Sachs yells at first base umpire Tim McClellan. Said he was just trying to get out of the way of that ball, that he wasn't swinging at it. Are you just saying hi to me, Mike, or were you planning? Or were you trying to tell me something?
Tell us it's the 5th inning that the.
Oh, that's what he meant when he held up 5 fingers.
The Brewers scoring all the runs in the 5th inning.
Don Mattingly now has an infield hit, set up a run in the 1st inning, and takes a slow curve for a strike. That's the first one of those that Moore has thrown in this game. Well, a throw out of an attempted steal sure changes an inning. Came outside for a ball, 1-1. The A's had that happen to them when Rickey was thrown out. Riles was safe, and eventually the A's wound up with the bases loaded in that inning, and the Riles stole a base with 2 out. 1-1 pitch. Swing, line drive, softly hit to McGuire at first, and the inning is over. Henderson against the right-hander Tim Leary, and takes a strike, 0-1.
Dave questioning the height of that pitch.
Well, the pitcher's getting the high strike today, or at least a couple of them. Swing and a high, deep drive to left field. That ball is hit high and deep and back, and you can tell it goodbye. Number 7 for Dave Henderson, and this one is tied. Dave 6 for his last 12 now. And it's tied up at 1-1.
Well, good hitters figure out where the strike zone is from the umpire, and then figure if that's where it's going to be, they look for it and they swing at it. And he got under that and just lifted it. Well, that pitch was lower between the waist and the knees, and watching a replay, went down and got it.
Here's Canseco, fly to right his first time, takes a fastball strike on the inside, 0-1. Well, Henderson starts off in May just like he ended up in April. Dave outside for a ball, 1-1. Dave, coming into today's game, led the major leagues in the hits with 29, total bases with 56, slugging percentage 747, extra base hits 15, and he's added to those totals. Popped up behind first base. Moss going down the line. Now Sachs comes over. Can't make the catch. And it drops in foul territory, according to first base umpire Tim McClellan. I think he motioned it a foul ball. Canseco remains at first base, but I think he'll have to come back. I think I saw McClellan motion. That was, boy, that ball hit right on the line. Canseco reluctant to leave first base. That ball, McClellan couldn't have been any more than 10-15 feet away from that.
There's no doubt Moss was going to have trouble right as soon as the ball was hit.
The only possibility could be is if the ball touched his glove and he reeled the glove was in foul territory, and I think that's what happened.
He was motioning to Dave McKay. He's pointing to his hands.
I think that Sachs touched the ball and it was in foul territory. When it touched his glove, it dropped back in fair territory, and that does not make it a fair ball. So it did land in fair territory, but it came off of Sachs's glove, which was in foul territory. 1-2 to Canseco. Score tied 1-1 here in the third. Strike 3 called, and Canseco's out on strikes. Number 4 for Leary. Harold Baines will be the batter. Baines struck out his first time. Harold has his struggles generally in the month of April. And he drives this one into left center field deep, and it's going all the way to the wall. Baines will be in at second base. So a new month for Harold Baines, and he doubles.
Figure that's where he's going to hit the pitches, especially outside. And surprising to see a lot of outfielders playing Baines shallow, especially in center and left. He has the power to hit the ball out to the opposite field. That time, Mullins went more directly at the ball instead of going back on it, but possibly had a chance to make the catch.
Terry Steinbach grounded to third his first time. Baines at second base with one out. A run in on Dave Henderson's home run. Score tied 1-1. Leary's pitch to Steinbach. Swung on, fouled away. Strike one, and that one skidded into the seats. Nothing and one, the count to Steinbach. Steinbach has a 6-game hitting streak. Pitch high for a ball. 1-1. Hit 8 and driven in 8 runs in that 6-game streak. What's just as important is the way that he's been throwing. Really get his mechanics down good. That swings and skies it to shallow right. Hall coming in and makes the catch. Baines has to remain at second base. 2 men are down. And it's Mark McGwire, a strikeout victim his first time. It predicted all sorts of weather conditions today. Rain, possible hail, and wind. It is a solid overcast right now, threatening rain, but I don't believe any rain has fallen during the game. Besides that, it'll be mainly on the plane when it does. That plane that's flying overhead, you think, Bill? Fastball outside to McGwire for a ball, 1-0. 2 down, runner at second, a run in. The A's and Yankees tied up 1-1. Bottom of the third. McGwire trying to put the A's in front. He did that yesterday. Leary from the stretch and the pitch. Outside, ball 2. That 5th inning still going on for Milwaukee? Milwaukee scored 6 times in the bottom of the 5th inning to lead the White Sox 6-5. Strike called. Boy, Merrill is giving that high strike. I think more pitchers ought to get that pitch up there. They squeeze it too much, but the hitters are surprised when an umpire starts calling them in that way. 2-1 to McGwire. 2 out. Baines leading from second. Ball 3. Pitching McGwire pretty much away. The 3 that he's missed have been outside. Atlanta has gone in front of St. Louis in the 10th inning, 5-4. Cubs beating on Houston 11-4 in the 7th inning. 3-1 to McGwire. Swing and a miss. Pitch out away from him, and McGwire didn't get it. It's 3-2.
From the slider, 3-1. And a good breaking slider.
3-2 to McGuire. Leary ready to work the full count. Way outside, ball 4. His 5th walk. Now Riles, who blooped a single to left his first time up. Left-hand batter takes a strike on the inside. 0-1. Baines leads at second. McGuire at first. Bluff behind Baines at second, but draws no throw. Swing and a foul by Riles, out of play at strike 2. Leary gets in front of Riles. 0-2. Way outside, bounces off the mitt of Noakes, but he retrieves it. Interesting that Leary threw 23 wild pitches last year, setting a Yankee record. The most previously had been 14 by Al Downing in one season. Jack Morris, 24, leads American League history. Swing, drive to deep right center field. Hit well back, and that one is going all the way to the wall. Bounces up off the wall. 2 runs will score. Riles is digging for third. He will have a stand-up triple, and the A's lead it by a score of 3-1.
A's caught a break as that ball hit the wall, and instead of going over the wall, which would have been a ground rule double holding McGuire at third base, instead it hit the wall, came back, allowing Mac to score easily.
He hit it far enough that it hit the base of the wall so it could come back.
Well, the outfield shading Ernest over into left center, and that ball plays perfectly in the middle over in right center.
Left-hand batter against Moore. Takes a slow curve for a strike. 0-1. Bouncing ball up the middle. Weiss to the right of second, has it, throws to first and gets him. That ball bouncing up the center of the diamond. When Weiss got to it to field it, it was a step on the first base side, but he was pulled in that direction and made an easy play out of it. 2 men are down.
Good anticipation by Weiss on that play. It's so good to see an infielder when he can anticipate and make a what looks like going to be a hard play look very easy.
Now Matt Noakes. Fastball strike. You know, I've been wondering since Mel, I've been interested to ask him. I just wonder if he's one of the Halls of Montezuma. I don't know if he's from there or not. Swing and a drive to deep right, and that one is carrying, and it is gone. Noakes driving one over the right field fence. His third home run, and it's a 3-2 ball game.
Went down and got a pitch, looked like an off-speed pitch. A curveball that Mike will throw to the left-handers. He threw something off-speed, whether it was the split finger or the curveball. More likely the curve, went down and got it. He just golfed it.
He hit it hard, and it's a 3-2 ball game. Well, Matt, the Yankees not scored since Sachs hit that 2-run home run in the first inning last night. And they got a run in the first inning here, and now the home run. Strike call to Hensley Mullen. Have to go back. Barfield hit that home run off Briscoe outside for a ball. 1-1 to Mullins. Tim Raines has hit his first home run of the year for the White Sox, and they've tied up Milwaukee's 6-6. Swing and a miss. 1-2 to the right-hand batting Mullins.
It is back to Tim now, right? He gave up the name Rock.
Well,
Raines.
I don't know. On the here, it's Tim.
Well,
they call him Rock Raines on the broadcast.
Well, he said he wasn't hitting as well as he should, so he wanted to go back.
1-2 pitch is hit high and deep to right field. Canseco going back to the fence makes the catch. Jose was having trouble with that ball and then reached out and made a one-handed catch. Rickey Henderson to lead off the bottom of the fourth inning, and of course the crowd comes alive again to anticipate the possibility that Rickey is going to break the record, something they've all come out here to see, and he's up here to try to get on base. He walked in the first inning, was thrown out trying to steal, then struck out his next time. Takes a strike, 0-1. Called out on strikes in the second. Of course, as Rickey said yesterday, the important thing is to win the ball game.
Yep.
They were talking to him about not getting the steal last night. The one strike pitch high for a ball, 1-1. Lou Brock says the heck with the ball game, steal it.
They have another meeting in New York. He's postponed his meeting from, I think it was scheduled for today. He moved it up to Friday.
The 1-1 pitch to Rickey. Ball 2. 2-1. And now again the fans in anticipation. Rickey waits with a 2-ball 1-strike count. The outfield is straight away backed up the infield deep. Swing, line drive, one hop through the legs of the shortstop Espinosa into left field, and Rickey is on at first base. Well, Bill, you're probably in the Hall of Fame for baseball and for football. Here's your chance to get in the Hall of Fame here. Take over now.
Well, you catch me by surprise. Dave Henderson coming to the plate. Well, listen, I got Rickey caught stealing the last time. I don't know if that was such a good move.
I'm not going to give you too many chances.
It's an error on the shortstop Espinosa, and here's Dave Henderson now. And once again, Leary will concentrate on Rickey. Rickey caught stealing back in the first inning. He moves off. Here's the pitch. He doesn't go, and the fastball outside as Hendu takes. Rickey really smoked that ball, but Espinosa was straddling it, and it went right through his legs. Kevin Moss holds against the corner of the bag at first. And a toss over. Again, as we mentioned, Leary does not seem to have a real hard throw over in his repertoire. He'll make a quick spin with the feet, but the toss is rather soft. Rickey plants the rear foot now, moves out with the right in front. Hands on knees, into his crouch. Bluffs, doesn't go, and a fastball is way inside. Dave Henderson turned away at the last second. It was up head high, and it would have been a tough throw for Noakes to make had Rickey been going on that pitch. Rickey now the lead, doesn't go. Strike call, looked like a slider that time, and they count 2-1. Dave Henderson up there, taking 3 pitches, 2 balls and a strike. Canseco, the on-deck hitter. Fourth inning with the A's leading 3-2. Leary sets. Rickey ready. There's a toss to first. Noakes down in the crouch to give the sign. Rickey in his crouch. Not going. Bouncing ball. Third base just over the line. Backhanded long throw by Velarde. Not in time. Dave Henderson beats it out for a hit. Rickey Henderson at second base with Canseco coming up. Rickey, of course, has been the master of stealing third. But many times it was with a little more surprise as the element. And now Dave McKay, as the bullpen gets active.
Henderson acting as though he might have
Dave Henderson.
Yes, Dave Henderson acting as though he might have pulled a muscle running that one out.
trying to stretch and beat that one out. Dave McKay went out and talked to Rickey halfway between first and second. And Hindu, Dave Henderson at first, being checked by McKay right now. He's asking him. The trainer has not come out.
I'll let you stay in here because he might steal third base.
All right. Outside target. Both the second baseman and the shortstop at the bag, and a throw to Espinosa, and Rickey is barely in, diving back. Both Sachs and Espinosa cut to the bag, and Rickey may have hit his head or shoulder diving back in. He seems to be all right now.
It's a situation that Tony La Russa talks about with Canseco at the plate, and everybody trying to concentrate on Rickey. It opens up all kinds of holes on the infield.
Sachs is shaded toward the middle because of Canseco's possibility of pulling. Swung on, fly ball, hit in shallow left center. Kelly waving Mullins away and makes the catch. Rickey bluffs, doesn't go from second base, and there's one out. See, if you'd have remained in here, Lon, he'd probably had it stolen now.
Well, giving you a chance to go to Cooperstown.
One cannot ask more of another. Here's Harold Baines now. Struck out and doubled.
Now a little tougher possibly for Rickey with a left-handed batter. Very easy for Noakes to come out and throw to third base should Rickey decide to steal.
There's one thing, though. The third baseman, Velarde, is playing wide at third base.
And backed up fairly well for a left-handed batter. Larry comes set. Espinosa creeping in behind him, and then Larry steps off. So the cat and mouse game continues.
How's Rickey? I'd just take off.
Yep.
And if he turns and throws, Rickey will have it stolen.
Now the bluff. All right, turn, a throw to second base as Espinosa started, stopped, and then cut to the bag. And Rickey forced to dive back in.
Don Dinkins, the second base umpire, is very brave so because he's right directly in between the pitcher and second base, and he turned right possibly into the throw.
Now Sachs bluffs to the bag. Low for a ball. 1-0. Sachs and Espinosa doing all they can to keep Rickey close.
Interesting how much that the game is almost forgotten here.
That's right. And it's a game very much still at issue. We're only in the fourth inning, a 3-2 ball game. The A's having come from behind a 1-0 deficit. Rickey goes. The pitch taken. He's going to have it. He does. Rickey Henderson, no contest, steals third base, jerks the bag from its moorings, and holds it aloft, representing number 939. Rickey pounds it with his left fist, hands it to equipment manager Frank Sinchek, who gives him a big hug. Well, Lon, thank you very much. That was very generous and gracious. I appreciate that.
Well, I knew it was important, and I thought it would be nice for you to have that in your career. And I'm certainly happy that Frank Sinchek got out there to say hello to Rickey.
There's Rickey's mom.
Again, talking about the game being forgotten.
And Lou Brock probably the happiest guy on the field right now. He can finally make his speech, pass over the record to Rickey, and go about his business.
Well, he's already out there. They've got a presentation table out there in the third base coaching box. Lou Brock is out there. Rickey is enjoying the accolades of the crowd, waving his hands to them. Dave Stewart, his old Oakland teammate from their youthful days, is out to greet him. Tony La Russa is out, so the whole game is held up with runners at first and third here. Juan?
Well, it's a
career stolen base.
It's an interesting situation that all of a sudden the game just comes completely to a halt.
Well, the A's had informed the Yankees, of course, California Angels over the weekend, and the Yankees that should Rickey break the record, there would be this ceremony, so it's not as if this was a surprise to the New York Yankees ball club.
And while it all goes on,
should we pick this up if we can?
Yeah, is he going to be? Yeah, we might as well if he's going to be talking.
Lou Brock has a microphone in hand.
Lou Brock.
You're going to be able to pick this up, Mike?
Rickey, history will tell us that competition among men is one of the oldest practices known to man. Even some of the great philosophers like Socrates, Aristotle, they were competitive. And today, you might have been the greatest competitor that ever run bases in the big leagues. I say, congratulations to you. You are now truly a legend of your time. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
And now, to salute Rickey's tremendous accomplishment, Lou Brock and A's manager Tony La Russa are now presenting Rickey with a bronze statue and a commemorative plaque proclaiming Rickey as the Major League Stolen Base King. Congratulations, Rickey Henderson.
Government's closing all the bases, and Rickey's taking them all home.
A's would like to honor the person that Rickey Henderson credits with being the greatest influence on his career. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the A's organization, Rickey is now presenting his mother, Bobby Henderson, with a plaque to commemorate this very special occasion. Congratulations, Mrs. Henderson.
You know, I know of no one who, when he feels pure joy, has the open, happy expression that Rickey Henderson does at this moment. It's just reflected in every fiber of him.
Well, he certainly has never failed to give credit to his mother for being the one who has guided his career and certainly been a major influence. I assume that all of us could say practically the same thing.
Huh? First of all, I would like to thank God for giving me that opportunity. I want to thank the Haas family, the Oakland organization, the city of Oakland, and all y'all beautiful fans for supporting me. Most of all, I would like to thank my mom, my family, friend, and loved one for their support. I want to give my appreciation to the late Tom Trevorhon and the late Billy Martin. Billy Martin was a great manager, and he was a great friend to me. I love you, Billy. I wish you was here. Luke Brock was a symbol of great base stealing, but today, I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
Well, Rickey Henderson accepts the admiration of this large crowd here as he turns, waves to the people, and now in a few moments it will be back to the business of trying to win a ball game, trying to win another pennant.
In that steal, he had such a great jump. Noakes had no chance, even with a left-handed batter up. And now Tim Leary's got to get it geared back up.
Leary has been taking some warm-up throws. I think the count is 2-0 according to Durwood Merrill. The scoreboard showed 1-0, but I think it's 2-0 to Raines.
Well, a credit to all the A's players who were at the plate during the last few days when Rickey Henderson attempted the stolen bases. They did their job.
The Hendersons on, Dave at first and Rickey at third. And Dave Henderson, Dave Henderson seems to be a little bit hobbled at first base, and boy, the A's don't want to lose him. Baines fouls it away, and it's 2-1. Baines doubled his last time up, driving one to left field and left center over the head of left fielder Hensley Mullins. Mullins getting himself geared up to go after this one. He's doing his stretching exercises in left field. The Yankees double play position. Baines trying to get one of the outfield, at least get another run for the A's, who lead 3-2. And now Lurie steps off the rubber. 1 out. Rickey down the line at third. Dave Henderson away from first. It's fouled away. Pitch out away from Baines, and he fouls it back, and it's 2-2. 3 runs on 5 hits for the A's. 2 runs on 3 hits for the Yankees. This might be establish an all-time record for length of game for 9 innings. Throw to first base. Back in is Dave Henderson. How'd feel about straight away for Baines? They can't afford to exaggerate. Runners lead again with 1 out. Swing, ground ball, base hit right field. Coming in to score is Rickey. Going to second is Dave Henderson. Baines drives in the run with his second hit. The A's lead it by a score of 4-2, and another ovation for Rickey as he comes into the dugout. We'll pause for station identification. This is the Oakland A's Radio Network.
San Francisco.
Terry Steinbach will be the batter now. And we have some visitors with us in the booth who sit in to watch Rickey Henderson's record breaker. Pitch misses to Steinbach for a ball. Terry Gill of the Brighton Soccer Club in England and Brian Roach of Rothman's Corporation in the United States out here checking on the marketing of baseball, and with Andy Dolich to watch today's game. High drive, right center field, playable for Hall. Moving back under this, makes the catch. Dave Henderson tags at second and moves over to third base. So Steinbach hit one pretty far into right field, but an out, and it will bring up Mark McGuire, who is struck out and walked.
Watching Dave Henderson run from second to third on that fly ball, started out a little slow, but then was able to pick up, and just thinking if that leg is bothering him, a good idea to get to third base so that if this base hit, he will not have to run that hard.
McGuire 0 for 1.
Mentioned the gentlemen who are visiting in the booth that if they let Tony La Russa know that they came last night for the first time and the A's won, they may have to stay with the ball.
Yeah, might have been. Terry, you'll never get back to England.
That's right.
McGuire takes a fastball strike, 0-1. Leary working with runners at first and third again. This time 2 outs. High and outside for a ball, and it's 1-1. 4 runs on 6 hits for the Athletics. 2 runs on 3 hits for the Yankees. Each club with a home run. Dave Henderson for the A's. Matt Noakes for the Yankees. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Interesting. Tony La Russa will be sending Rickey out to left field, I imagine, here, because he said he almost blew it the other day when he tied the record. He wasn't going to send him out to left field where the left field fans could welcome Rickey. 1-2 count to McGuire. Outside, and Leary started to go to the dugout. He thought he had strike 3.
Well, Willie Wilson was saying last night, he told him, Rickey, if I go out there now, they will boo me unmercifully. He says, you've got to go to left field.
2-2 count. Baines at first, Dave Henderson at third. 2-2 pitch, high, ball 3. Full count. That means that Baines will be running from first base. Larry taking a lot of time, but then everybody has today. 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. McGuire walks for the second time. That walk is the 7th issued by Leary, and will bring up Riles, who tripled his last time, to drive in 2, but he probably will not be facing Tim Leary as Stump Merrill comes out. The right-hander Monteleone, who's been throwing just about as much as, and the call is gone for Rich Monteleone. There's a break in the action with the A's leading 4-2. We'll be back in a moment. Rich Monteleone will be in, making his second appearance in 2 days. He gave up a home run to Canseco last night.
Fastball, the slider, and a split finger. Pretty good fastball.
Riles, who singled and tripled, takes low, and that looked like the split finger there. It was breaking ball down and in. It's ball 1. Gave up a 2-run home run to Canseco. That was the first runs that he'd allowed. Bases loaded. Low, ball 2. 2-0. The A's leading 4-2. In a day in which Rickey Henderson has broken Lou Brock's record, and Lou Brock has heaved a big sigh of relief that now I can go on with my life. 2-0 to Riles. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Strike called on the outside. It's 2-1. Speaking of going on with life, the A's are trying to make it 16 in succession against the Yankees and go 9 consecutive games home wins. Ball 3 outside. 3-1.
That's Stump Merrill saying last night that not only they have the Rickey situation trying to break the record, but one thing that his writers have been talking to him about is this streak that the Yankees were swept last year, and the streak, can they beat the Athletics? And said it's put a lot of undue pressure on his ball club.
3-1 count to Riles. Bases loaded. Swing and a line drive, base hit right field. 1 run scores. Heading for the plate now. They'll hold up Baines at third base. That ball was hit so hard that Hall came in to field it on 1 hop and got the throw in. Dave Henderson scores as Riles gets his 3rd run batted in. The bases remain loaded. Baines had rounded 3rd, but Latchman held him up because it was going to be a pretty easy throw for Hall.
Ernest Riles having one of his most productive days as a member of the Athletics, and probably will not be more than a couple writers interested in talking to him when the game is over. They'll all be in the press conference to interview Rickey. By the time they finish, Ernest will probably be out of the clubhouse.
Here's Walt Weiss now. Bases remain loaded. The A's lead 5-2, and the pitch is a strike on 1. Weiss has walked twice. The 1 strike count to Weiss. Swing, fly ball, center field. Coming in from center field is Kelly to make the catch, and the inning is over. But the A's scored 2 more, and at the end of 4, it is 5-2 in favor of the Athletic.
Velarde flied to center the first time. Yankees scored in the 1st and the 4th. The A's got 3 in the 3rd and 2 in the 4th. And there's a fly ball hit fouled on the right side and not playable. Goes into the seats. Remember, on Friday, the Indians come to town. The Cleveland Ball Club predicating their whole approach to this season on speed because they had lost a lot of the power of recent years. They increased the size of their ballpark in Cleveland, and much of it was, of course, centered around Alex Cole. The little speedster who was so sensational second half of last year. Here's the pitch now, and Velarde hits a fly ball to right center field. Canseco is over. He's there, and he has it for the out, and there's 1 away. That'll bring up Espinoza. Cole got sidetracked in the spring when he hurt a shoulder against the A's, and it wasn't until really well after the season got underway that he began to be fully healthy. And I just going through the box scores, Ray, Alex Cole's hitting over 400 the last week. So that ought to be something interesting. Another element of speed here at the Coliseum other than Rickey Henderson on Friday night. Here's Moore's windup and pitch to Espinoza now. inside for ball one. Jay Alvis is announcing to the assembled media what the plans are to accommodate everybody with Rickey Henderson after the game. And he also added regarding Lou Brock, line drive, foul on the right side. Going the other way, Espinoza with a count of 1-1. In regard to Lou Brock, he said Lou will not be available. He's on a plane. Ball one and strike one. Riles playing even with a bag at third for the right-handed batter. And here's the next pitch. Again, a foul out of play down the right side. We'll have the information in more detail on the contributions the A's have announced here as we go through the afternoon. 1 ball, 2 strikes in the dirt. Steinbach blocked it, didn't see where it went. Announcing the $75,000 in contributions. These are the organizations: the Alta Bates Sickle Cell Program, contributions to the General Fund, research, development, and maintenance of existing programs, to the Mother's Right Foundation. Here's Moore's next pitch. Chopped foul at the plate. Contribution to the General Fund of the Mother's Right Foundation. Funds will assist the foundation's ongoing park feeding program and possible development of a homeless shelter. The Oakland Public Schools, contributions specifically earmarked for sports programs in high schools. Interplast, contributions to the General Fund. It's an affiliation of volunteer surgeons, pediatricians, anesthesiologists, nurses, and so on, working with third world nations to support development of growth and high-quality free reconstructive surgery for children with birth defects, burns, and other crippling deformities. Now the next delivery, Espinoza takes, and it's low, and it is 3-2. Contributions to Children's Hospital of Northern California in Oakland, specifically to be targeted for establishing an A's Rickey Henderson playroom in the hospital, and also to the Spanish-speaking foundation. Here's the next delivery, 3-2. Ball 4, he lost him. That's one that Moore's been getting for a strike most of the day. So the base on balls is the first off Mike. Runner on, 1 out. That'll bring up Kelly, the top of the order. Under the heading of the Spanish-speaking foundation, the contribution will be to the General Fund. Spanish-speaking Citizens Foundation is a youth and family social service community agency focusing on the East Bay Hispanic community. Of course, commitment to the community has been a hallmark of the A's ownership since the Haas family purchased the club in 1980. Now the pitch on the way to Kelly. It bounces, and Steinbach blocks it, but it's up the line a ways to his left, and down to second base goes Espinoza on what I'm sure will be a wild pitch against Mike Moore. 1 out. And I might add that in announcing the $75,000 in contributions to the organizations I just enumerated in the name of Rickey Henderson, in addition, Rickey will receive a new 1991 Porsche automobile. That's the official A's announcement today, in honor of Rickey Henderson's record-breaking feat. Now Kelly up here waiting with a count of 1 ball and no strikes. Swings and misses. Fork ball and a count 1-1. Skies are still mostly overcast, but it's a glary quality because the sun comes close to breaking through at times. Low with a fastball, and a count 2 balls and a strike. In the 5th inning, A's 5, Yankees 2. This ball game still very much an issue. Kelly steps out for a moment. He is 1 for 2 today. He was caught stealing. Here's Moore's delivery. Swings and foul tips it into the mitt, and then it pops out and rolls in front of the plate. We hadn't been updating you for a while on our MetroCall paging scoreboard as Milwaukee had that 6-run 5th inning to move ahead of the White Sox, but Chicago retied it on a Raines homer in the 7th at 6-all, and Milwaukee's now batting in the bottom of the 9th inning. Franklin Stubbs had a 3-run homer in their big inning in the 5th when they knocked out Greg Hibbard. The pitchers now are Radinsky and Mark Lee. 2-2 pitch. Struck him out. Kelly swinging and missing. Well, Kelly is one of all 4 or 5 in this lineup who could put up some pretty eye-popping numbers as far as strikeouts, Ray. And that's one of the big problems with the Yankees. Tony Kubek, the ex-player and the well-known telecaster, was mentioning yesterday they may give the Tigers more than a run for their money in strikeouts. Kelly is one, Barfield another.
I think the discipline, being a disciplined hitter, would help. That time looked like Kelly swung at a couple of bad pitches and getting the strikeout.
Here's Steve Sachs now. He walked and scored in the first. He was out looking at a third strike that he disputed in the third. Swings and lines it into left center field. That's a base hit. Espinosa will come around third and score, and it's a 5-3 ball game. So Sachs wasted no time. Driving in that run is 12th of the year. And that'll bring up Don Mattingly, who singled infield and lined out softly to first base in his 2 appearances. Well, as I was saying earlier, this game is still an issue. The A's are far from home with a victory in this.
Sachs might have in his mind to try to get on second base. Stole one earlier and scored back in the first inning.
Low fastball for ball 1. Breeze on the high flags in center field, blowing the flags very stiffly out across from right field to left field. That's just the opposite of the wind direction last night most of the game. Strike on the outside corner, a fastball, 1-1. 2 out. Moss in the on-deck circle as Mattingly is at the plate. A's with 7 hits, New York with 4. A's fighting to stay on top now that they've moved back into the lead. There's a pitch that bounces, retrieved by Steinbach, snap throw to first. Sachs is out, trying to get back. Oh, what a fine throw by Steinbach. Sachs had started to go, realized he shouldn't. And here's Rickey Henderson coming to the plate now, and he'll get another ovation. Donald Ish of Salinas, ISH. Donald Ish of Salinas is a winner, as is Jackie Montgomery of Anderson, California. Jackie Montgomery, Anderson, California. Strike 1, a fastball to Rickey Henderson. If you didn't call after I read those names and that license plate number earlier, still you can do it at 415-638-0500, extension 4946, and win 2 tickets to an A's game and qualify for our prize this week. High for a ball. It is 1-1. The prize, a weekend stay at a Courtyard by Marriott. All weekly prize winners will be eligible to win the grand prize, a 1991 Pontiac Firebird SSA, compliments of Silvera, Pontiac, and Healdsburg. So there's your second bumper sticker reading of the game. There's a drive by Rickey, hit to deep left field. Going back in the corner is Mullins. Can't get it. It bangs off the wall at the 3:30 mark. Rickey is into second base with a double. I think he thought he had a home run when he hit that ball. It was about 2/3 of the way up the wall as Mullins angled hard to the corner, trying to get to it. He just missed by a foot or so. And I believe Rickey thought that ball was out because he had eased up around first base, and then he's still looking out at the wall saying, how did that not get out of here? He had 28 of them last year. That was right in the wheelhouse. The ball came back a long way off the wall, too. So with 1 out, here's Dave Henderson trying to pick up Rickey out there. Rickey's first hit of the day, the A's 8th. Second off Monteleone, who delivers. Hendu takes, it's low for ball 1. Canseco is on deck. Well, the crowd, I think, in a little more relaxed mood right now. There's all that anticipation as Rickey's time at bat approached each time. Sun is out now. Sachs bluffing at Rickey at second. The pitch outside. 2-0. Not nearly the attention he was getting the last time he was perched out there in the previous inning. Now Sachs bluffs closer to the bag. And there's a turn and a fake. Just a sort of token fake by Monteleone. One-time #1 draft choice of the Detroit Tigers. They had high hopes for him, but it's been a struggle for him to stay at the big league level. Foul back, a fastball as Hindu had a big rip at that one. They've gone to extra innings in Milwaukee. Edwin Nunez has come in to pitch the 10th inning for the Brewers. Radinsky still the pitcher of record for the White Sox. That one tied at 6-all. The only other afternoon game in the American League. Monteleone, a big guy, 6'3", 220, 225 in that range. Checks at second. Rickey doesn't go. The pitch is strike to Dave Henderson. 2-2. Rickey gave it a little bluff out there. Right-hander ready. Now Espinosa bluffs, goes to the bag, and there's a throwback, but Rickey is back standing up. So they're actually paying a little more attention now as the count goes on to Dave Henderson. There he goes. Pitch taken. Throw by Noakes. He is out at third base. Noakes with a good throw on the money to Velarde, and Rickey Henderson tried to duplicate last inning steal of third is denied, but he already has 9:39. He was trying to get himself in position with 2 out here, where Dave Henderson perhaps just by making anything happen could get him home. It was 1 out, of course, with the steal attempt. There's a pop foul to the right. And coming over is Moss, and it's out of play. Three balls, 2 strikes. A's leading 5-3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Monteleone's pitch. Fly ball. Medium shallow left. Mulin's coming in, fighting the sun a little bit now, and he makes the catch for the out. The tendency in a situation like this where there was so much focus on an event that reached its moment. There's a drive to left field. That ball is hit pretty well. Rickey is on his horse, though. He's going to get there, and he makes the catch, reaching out at the edge of the warning track, about 10 feet fair down the line. So there's 1 out, and Moss will be the batter. He is 0 for 1. He drew his 24th walk of the year in the 1st inning. In that Cardinal-Atlanta game, both Bream's homer for Atlanta and Pagnosi's for St. Louis came with 2 on. Cubs finished beating Houston, although Houston made a late rush at them. It was 11-8 Chicago at Wrigley. Outside, ball 1 to Moss. Cubs had homers by Dawson with 2 on. Villanueva hit a pair, a solo and a 3-run homer. Houston's Luis Gonzalez hit his 1st and 2nd homers of the year, each with a man on. High to Moss, and it's 2-0 now. The winner in that one was Maddox, who started and pitched into the 9th. Heathcliff Slocum finished up. Jim Deshays, routed early in the game, was the loser. He's 0-3. Maddox 3-1. Line drive, base hit, right center field. Over for it is Canseco, and Moss has his 1st hit of the day and his 2nd in the series. And here's Mel Hall. We just checked on that question that Lon asked a while ago. He's not from the halls of Montezuma. He's from the halls of Ivy. And Gallego coming into the mound now, it may be on instructions from the dugout to slow things down and let Kurt Young get a few more throws here with a left-handed batter up. Hall drove in a run with a sacrifice fly, deep drive to right the 1st inning, and grounded out to 2nd his other at bat. And here comes La Russa now, rather briskly walking to the 3rd base line and crossing into the infield. Kurt Young, who's had pretty good career success against the Yankees as a starter, Continues to throw, and he'll be on the way in. We have a pitching change, a break in the action. Top of the 6th. A's leading 5-3, and we'll be right. Hitting .291. He has 3 homers, 9 runs batted in for the season. And it's low for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Over at first base, Moss has his lead. Barfield takes ball 2. It's low, and the count 2-0. I was about to say before Moss got the base hit that you have an event and everything sort of points to it, and it finally happens, and which seems sometimes like it's a little hard to get everything back in rhythm and quite up to the same level again. And the A's hope that doesn't happen here. Low and inside it is ball 3, 3-0. But trouble could be brewing. You've got Matt Noakes coming up next. Whether he'll hit for himself, I don't know. Noakes has been much better against right-handed pitching than left-handers. But he has power. Barfield takes strike 1 as Young made sure he didn't get that one in the middle of the plate. Got the outside corner. Now Barfield again out of the batter's box. Noakes only had 14 at-bats last year against left-handed pitching, just to update my comment a moment ago as I looked at him in the on-deck circle. They've now gone to the 11th inning at Milwaukee. The White Sox and Brewers all tied. Aaron Holmes is in the game now for Milwaukee. Swinging a high foul out of play to the right. 3-2 to Barfield. Young looking in to get the sign. Barfield gets ready at the plate. Yankees trailing by only 2. Barfield represents the tying run. Here's the pitch. Foul back. And the count remains at 3-2. A very slow-paced game today. For Curt Young, this is his 6th relief appearance of the year. Worked 6 2/3 innings up to now. Ball 4, he just lost him. Pitch a little bit low, and so now the Yankees have the tying runs on. And Noakes is going to bat against Curt Young. Noakes hit his 3rd home run of the year, lining it into the right field bleachers back in the 4th inning. And he had a line drive double off the right center field wall last night, so he's swinging the bat pretty well. Moss at second base, Barfield at first. Young needs a double play ball right now. There's a swing and a drive into shallow right center. Over for Dave Henderson, makes the catch for the out. Got that pitch out off the end of the bat. Had a pretty decent swing, but not in a good place on the bat. 2 men away, and here's Hensley Mullins. Bam Bam, as they have called him since he came into the organization, and a right-handed batter. He probably is going to see Steve Chitrin, because here comes La Russa. And the sign has gone to the bullpen for Chitrin. Another pitching change, a break in the action. We'll be right back. Randy Velarde is the on-deck hitter. Swung on, line drive. That's a base hit, center field. Around third will come Moss to score. And Dave Henderson's throw is into second base. Runners at the corners now, and it's a 5-4 ball game. That run is charged to Mike Moore, which closes the book on him today, with 5 hits and 4 earned runs in 5 1/3 innings. A walk, 2 strikeouts, and a wild pitch. And now Curt Young is responsible for the runner at third base. And here's Velarde. Mullins driving in his 5th run of the year. So Chitrin needs to get out of this with no more runs for Moore to have a chance to get a win today. Fastball swing and a miss, and it's strike one. Velarde flied to center, flied to right. Fights one off the fists and bloops it over into the lower boxes to the right side, and the count now is 2 strikes. Oh, and 2 the count. Chitrin ready, delivers. Fastball swung and fouled away again. Chitrin has pitched 9 innings in his 9 previous appearances, allowing 7 hits and no runs, 7 walks, 9 strikeouts. Batting average against him of .212. Oh, breaking ball that started inside, got over the plate, but apparently Merrill thought it was high, and it's ball 1 and strike 2. But never be surprised at one of those calls. Here's the next pitch. Way inside, and Velarde ducked out of the way, and it's 2-2. Top of the order. No, excuse me. Espinosa's on deck, then the top of the order. So Chitrin like to get this final out of the inning right now, not begin to flirt with further danger. He does. Strike 3, fastball. Velarde out looking. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Yankee bullpen cranking up. Greg Cadaret, the left-hander, is up, and John Habian, the right-hander. And here's Canseco, and the first pitch by Monteleone is a breaking ball outside, and it's ball 1. Canseco nailed him for a homer last night. First time today that they have faced each other. Strike, a fastball, and the count 1-1. Canseco 0 for 3 today. 2 fly ball outs, and he was out, called out on strikes in the 3rd inning. Yankees very much in this ball game. It's only 5-4 A's. Strike 2, fastball in the inside corner, and Canseco spins around and walks away from the batter's box. Beginning to get the message that probably might better be swinging at anything that looks fairly close. Outfield shifted to the left, but it's not an extreme shift. And in mid windup, Monteleone loses balance and shuts it down. Start all over again. One and 2. Breaking ball outside, 2-2. Off mic, Ray said, well, maybe he forgot what he was going to throw. And does that happen, Ray?
I think a lot of times catchers forget what they call, so it works both ways. I wouldn't say a lot of times, but it has happened.
2-2 pitch. Outside, another breaking ball, 3-2, and Monteleone pounds his fist in his glove with that one. He wanted to get that one in the strike zone. He was a 10th pick in the nation when the Tigers drafted him on the first round in 1982. And he spent only the equivalent of 1 year in the big leagues in that time. Outside, ball 4. Pitching very cautiously to Jose. So the base on balls is the 8th the A's have received today, with Leary giving up 7 while striking out 5. And here's Harold Baines. Baines cracked a double in the 3rd inning and later scored on a Riles triple. He singled in a run in the 4th. And now a conversation on the mound between the pitcher and the catcher. Durwood Merrill strolls out in front of the plate, looking out, but not making an advance to break it up. Stump Merrill gazing on from the bench of the Yankees. Now he gets up. And now he's coming out. Merrill's on the way to the mound now, and Probably going to see Greg Cadaret come in to pitch to Baines. Cadaret pitched briefly last night against his former mates. Merrill is at the mound. Now Durwood Merrill comes out to stump Merrill, and just as he gets there, the sign goes to the bullpen. It's a 5-4 game, bottom of the 6th. The A's lead, a pitching change, and we'll be right back. Harold Baines hits a fly ball to left field off Cadaret, medium deep, but Mullins is back and makes the catch for the out. That was the second pitch, my apologies, but Greg Cadaret ran in from the bullpen, was ready in about 4 or 5 pitches, and the umpire Durwood Merrill said, let's play. So he had fouled off the first pitch. One man out, and Canseco still at first base. Baines is gone, and here's Steinbach. Cadaret last night faced 2 batters, came in and got what would have been a third out of an inning, except that Mike Blowers threw the ball away beyond first base for an error, and the A's got a run. Then he got Walt Weiss for the final out of the inning. That was all he pitched against the A's. Throw to first by Cadaret. Steinbach 0 for 3 today. A's with a 5-4 lead, trying to make something happen here in the 6th inning. Swung on. There's a drive hit well to right field, but Jesse Barfield is back and makes the catch as Barfield stayed in the game after pinch hitting for Mel Hall. And they're 2 men away. Mark McGwire, the batter now. Strikeout swinging and then a pair of walks. He scored a run today. At Milwaukee, the Brewers are batting in the bottom of the 11th, still tied 6-all, and Canseco that time fooled a little bit before Cadaret threw over there and got back all right standing, but it looked like he was not expecting the timing of the throw. Fastball, strike 1. Cadaret, now 29 years of age, was part of the deal that brought Rickey Henderson back to the Oakland Athletics. Another throw to first. Cadaret last year made 6 starts, 48 relief appearances. And again, throwing to first base. He was 6-3 last year. Excuse me, 5-4 with a .415 earned run average. Canseco's running, pitch taken, throw by Noakes, not nearly in time. Stacks knocks the ball down, picks it up. It rolled past his glove and past the bag, and he picked it up next to Canseco and put the tag on him, but Jose still had contact with second base. As we pause for station identification, this is the Oakland A's Radio Network.
I-16, KSN4, San Francisco.
Now with first base open after the steal of second, McGwire is going to get an intentional walk. Count was 1-1. So that will be the 9th walk received by the A's today, and the first of the intentional variety. We have 3 of the walkingest American League players in the ball game today: McGwire, Canseco, and Kevin Moss. Moss got his 24th earlier in the day. McGwire now has his 18th to tie Canseco, along with Edgar Martinez for second in the league. Now here's Riles, who's had himself an excellent day. A second inning single, a 2-run triple in the 3rd, a run scoring single in the 4th. Strike 1, a fastball. Single in the 4th inning, came with the bases loaded, but was hit too hard for his own good because Mel Hall and Wright got to the ball so quickly, only 1 run could score. 0-1 to count, 2 on and 2 out. Good sharp breaking ball for a strike, and it's 0-2. Cadaret's great arm and a good assortment of pitches. Tends to get into streaky wildness. Last year walked 64 and struck out 80. Fastball is high. 1-2. When he first came to the A's, it seemed like he was forever locked into a role of pitching to Wade Boggs with the bases loaded. That happened about 3 times in his first year. Swung on. There's a fly ball hit to shallow left. Muellen's coming on. He makes a diving effort and drops the ball. In the score is Canseco from second base, and stopping at second is McGuire. It's a flare single and an RBI for Riles, his 4th hit and 4th run batted in of the day, as that little dying looper in his short left was almost snared by Muellen's forward dive, but he couldn't keep it in his glove. Just like a little wedge shot. Oh, he did everything possible looking at the replay. Had it in the glove and then started to bobble out, tried to clutch it between his glove and his chest, and it just escaped. So it's a 6-4 game with the A's in front. And here's the pitch now to Weiss. Bounces it to the right side, and an easy play for Moss at first, and he's retired unassisted.
Steve Farr throwing in the bullpen now for the Yankees. Strike 3 called. Fastball is good. Strikeout number 2 for Chitrin. Espinosa pauses to say a word, drops his bat right at home plate, drops his helmet.
Durwood's been out here too long to take something like that. Steve Chitrin relies a lot on his breaking pitch, yet his 2 strikeouts have come called 3rd strikes on fastballs.
Roberto Kelly has struck out, singled, and struck out again. Right-hand batter against Chitrin with 1 out. Curve, strike. Now, if Steve can throw that ball like that curveball, and throw for strikes, he's practically unhittable. They're throwing towels and everything out of the dugout in the Yankees now. Another breaking ball, and it's a fly ball to left field. Rickey Henderson going back, makes the catch short of the warning track, and Kelly is out number 2, and it'll bring on Steve Sachs. Steve has walked, struck out, and singled. He has driven in a run. Fastball high for a ball, 1-0. Riles even with the bag at third, and Weiss playing over towards second base, so there's a gap through the left side. Outfield shallow. Swing and a foul, 1-1. Chitrin working in the 7th. He's leading 6-4. Rickey Henderson has broken the stolen base career record of Lou Brock with the steal of third base today. 1-1 pitch. Fastball inside, almost hit him. Boy, that one spun him around, and it's a 2-1 count. Chitrin works from a stretch even with the bases empty, and there's a fastball sliced foul to the right side. Good play by the young man protecting the pitcher out there in the bullpen. Two-2 count, and now Sachs backs away. Steve Alto Sachs. 2-2 pitch. Low with a fastball, and it's 3-2. Chitrin's pitch. Swing, bouncing ball to shortstop. Weiss going to have to hurry. Quick throw, got him. Oh, it's a 1-2-3 inning, and we go to the bottom of the 7th. The A's lead 6-4. First pitch to Mike Gallego is lined down the right field line, and a fine catch by Barfield to rob him of a base hit. Barfield with a sliding catch to get that sinking, curving liner, and Gallego is retired for out number 1.
Far a 13-game winner and 57 appearances last year. Fastball, which is his out pitch, has a tendency to rise. He also throws the curve and the slider, but a fastball is his main pitch.
Rickey Henderson now has doubled in 4 official trips, also has a walk, and has stolen his 939th base for a career record. Takes ball 1. Curve is a strike, 1-1. Ball and a strike, the count. High breaking pitch inside for a ball. Last year with Kansas City, Farr was 13-7. Started 6 games. Appeared in a total of 57. Bouncing ball slowly hit towards short. Espinoza one-hands it, throws to first, and 2 men are down. And that'll bring up Dave Henderson, who has a home run and an infield hit, as well as a walk. You know, Steve Farr credits with helping his career the most.
That is Jamie Quirk.
That's who it is. Slow curve high for a ball, 1-0. Fastball outside, ball 2. 2-0. Interesting the number of games he's pitched and still was able to appear in that MASH series. Two nothing pitch, swung on, fly ball into left center field, over for it. Mullins, the ball fades a bit, and Mullins comes in to make the catch. And it's left-hander against left-hander. The A's leading 6-4 as Dennis Eckersley starts throwing the A's bullpen. Eckersley has his fewest career saves against the Yankees of any team. Fastball is a strike. He has just 6 against the Yankees. Breaking ball misses for a ball, 1-1. Eckersley getting ready. The first 2 batters in the inning are left-handers. Curve fouled away, and it's 1-2. Eckersley pitched on the 27th, get his 7th save that game against the Angels. 1-2 count to Mattingly as Klink works to the left-hand batter. Swing and a miss. He sidearmed him, and he got him on strikes. Well, that was a mean pitch he threw him that time.
Don't care how good a hitter are you. That is a tough pitch, especially left-hander dropping down. And Mattingly, who usually tries to take that pitch to the opposite field, I think was very badly fooled on it.
Now Kevin Moss, who has singled and walked in 3 appearances, and the A's put the shift on again. Only Riles to the left of second. He's just about even with the grass. Weiss a couple of steps to the right of second base. Curveball is a strike, 0-1. Again, left-hander working against left-hander. The 1-strike pitch. Fastball outside for a ball, 1-1. 6 runs, 9 hits for the A's, 4 runs on 6 hits and an error for the Yankees. We're in the top of the 8th. Klink's 1-1 pitch, strike 2, 1-2. Riles backs up at third base with 2 strikes on Moss, but he still plays wide of the bag. The outfield doesn't exaggerate that much against this left-hand batter. Sidearm curve, he struck him out swinging. Oh, 2 are down. And here is Barfield, and here comes Tony La Russa. And La Russa has already pointed the bullpen for Dennis Eckersley, so there's a break in the action. With the score, the A's 6, the Yankees 4, will be back. Dennis Eckersley, who's saved 7 in 8 opportunities, has only that 1 blown save against the Seattle Mariners, and he's up here to face Barfield. He has the fewest saves in his career against the Yankees of any team. He has saved 6 against the Yankees, and his earned run average is the highest against the Yankees. He has a 5.04 earned run average against them. Facing the right-hand batting Barfield, and a swing and a miss at the slider, strike 1. Barfield was up there looking fastball. A lot of the hitters go up there looking fastball on Eck now in his first pitch because he's around the strike zone all the time, and they guess fastball. That time that slider ran right out the outside. The 1-strike pitch. Swing and a drive to right field. Going back is Canseco. Still going, and the ball bounces up against the fence. It will be a double for Barfield. So that one goes for a double. That time Eckersley got that ball up, out over the plate. And now Matt Noakes, a left-hand batter against Eckersley with the runner at second base. Two down. Fastball strike to Noakes. Noakes has homered in 3 trips. I don't think he liked that call particularly by Durwood Merrill. 7th hit for the Yankees. Eckersley works the 1-strike pitch. Swung on. Drive to center field. Going over is Henderson. He has room. He makes the catch. Dave Henderson, and the inning is over. Dana Allison throws in the A's bullpen as Canseco, who has a walk in 4 trips, is up here and takes high for a ball from Steve Farr. Lee Gooderman throws in the bullpen for the Yankees, a left-hander. A's 6 runs on 9 hits. The Yankees 4 runs on 7 hits. Curve inside for a ball. It's 2-0. Canseco, then Raines and Steinbach, McGuire, Riles, Weiss, Gallego, Henderson. Two-0 pitch. Swing foul left side, and Latchman fields that one. A's scored 3 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, and 1 in the 5th. The Yankees have scored single runs in the 1st, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Mike Moore, the starter, stands to be the winner if the A's hold on to the 6-4 advantage they have now. Pitch misses for ball 3. 3-1 now. Eric Plunk starts throwing in the bullpen. Strike 2. Fastball is good. 3-2. Farr's full count pitch. Swung on, line drive, base hit left field. That one going to the fence. Mullen to field it in a hurry. Canseco's going to try for 2. The throw, and he is safe at second base. Mullen's made a good strong throw. Canseco was running hard all the way and has a double. He would not have made it had he not been running hard all the way.
Saw Joe Klink drop down to the left-handers. That time Farr trying to drop down a little, but Canseco stayed in, went out and got a pitch. That was down and away from him.
Canseco leaning over, hands on knees, as though he might have been shaken up on that slide. And Stump Merrill comes out with a left-hand pitcher, Guterman, in the bullpen, and a left-hand batter due up. There's a break in the action with the A's leading 6-4. We'll be back in a moment. Runner at second is Canseco. The Yankees think Blankenship is up here to sacrifice, and now Espinosa breaking in behind Canseco at second base, and Blankenship asks for time. Blankenship has pinch hit twice this year and does not have a hit. The A's are 4 for 14 in pinch hitting with just 1 run driven in. Turns to bunt, takes low and inside for a ball. Moss, the first baseman, was really charging down the line, and at third base, Velarde had retreated to the bag, so it was going to be Guterman's responsibility to cover the third baseline. Blankenship hitting .225 overall with 1 home run and 8 runs batted in. Guterman, the 5th pitcher for the Yankees. Canseco at second, nobody out. The A's lead 6-4. Blankenship swings, grounds it to shortstop. The ball is bobbled by Espinosa, and Canseco's safe at third. Safe at first is Blankenship. Canseco took off on contact that time, a slow roller towards short. Espinosa charged and I think was bothered a little bit thinking about Canseco. Canseco wasn't in front of him, but I think just the thought he might have been thinking about, shall I go to third base with the throw or what? But he bobbled the ball. It'll be an error. There are runners at first and third with no one out, and Steinbach is the batter. Canseco hobbling at third base. When he slid into second, he got up and limped around. The A's just don't need any more injuries. They've had plenty for this year, and so no more, thank you. Steve Sachs comes in to talk to Guterman. Ask him how he spells his last name. Terry Steinbach is 0 for 4. 3 fly ball outs his last 3 times up, all to right field. He lines it to right field again, and this one is caught on a diving stop by Barfield. Canseco had gone back, had come halfway, and then had to go back and then couldn't come in to score on that. Barfield made a sliding catch, but Canseco had broken down the line instead of tagging up originally. He could have scored rather easily had he tagged up right away. Barfield, who is has 151 assists in his career, made the catch, but had Canseco gone back like he should have to tag up instead of breaking in, he didn't have to break in on that. If it was a base hit, he was going to score anyway. But he then when he did go back to tag up, he had no chance to come in, so it's an out. The 4th consecutive time Steinbach has made out to right field. Here's McGuire. Swings and hits a high, deep drive to left center field. Well back to the warning track. Caught by Mullins. That will score Canseco, as McGuire came close to getting his first home run of the year. But he does get the RBI, and it's 7-4 in favor of the A's. Canseco, as he goes back towards the dugout, really limping. Taking a long time to get back to the dugout. And Riles will be the batter. Riles has never had 5 hits in a game. Blankenship stayed at first base. Riles has gone 4 for 4 in this one. Guterman's pitch to Riles is low for a ball, 1-0. The A's in front 7-4. That run is charged to far. Fastball strike, 1-1. The White Sox and Milwaukee's are in the 13th inning, tied up 6-6. That ball game that Chicago led at one time 5-0, then trailed 6-5. 1-1 to Riles. Blankenship runs. The pitch taken. The throw to second. Blankenship has it stolen. Pitch is ball 2, and Blankenship steals. That's the third for Blankenship this season. He's at second in scoring position. If Riles could get his 5th hit, well, if he'd get his 5th hit, he'd set new highs in 2 categories. He's never had 5 hits in a game. He's equaled his high of 4, and he's equaled his high of 4 runs batted in a game. Low. It is 3-1. Well, it's been threatening the weather all day here, but so far it hasn't bothered the progress of the game. Three-one pitch. Check swing roller foul to the left side. The pace this game is proceeding, if you characterized it in terms, liable to come over to your backyard and eat your pansies. Three-two pitch. Swing a slow roller to second. Charged by Sachs. Has trouble getting the ball out of his glove, but does, and throws out Riles.
He's a right-hander, and so is Velarde, but they figured he has a better chance of getting something done here. It's strike one as Eckersley comes right after him with the first pitch. Eck in his 9th appearance of the year. He has 7 saves and 8 opportunities. Ball got out of the bullpen and is out in right field, so the game held up for a moment. Now everybody's ready. Swung on. There's a drive belted hard to center. Dave Henderson back and makes the catch. Larrett's got good wood on that ball just to the left of straightaway center field. But Dave Henderson was back there, quickly had a good jump on it, and there are 2 men out. A couple of balls been hit pretty well off Eckersley. They've played 13 to a 6-6 tie at Milwaukee, starting the 14th inning. Charlie Huff pitched the 12th and the 13th so far for Chicago. Holmes has been in for 2 innings for Milwaukee. Strike, it's called. Now, in fact, Holmes has been in now for 3 innings. They've already used Thigpen for the White Sox. Here's the next pitch to Espinosa, and he fouls that one getting around late on the fastball. It's 2 strikes. Eckersley trying to get the curtain drawn on today's contest as the A's now are 1 out, or if you will, 1 strike from their 5th straight victory. And the pitch outside. 1-2. Slow bouncer, third base. Up with it is Riles. Throw to first. A's win as they've defeated the Yankees for the 16th consecutive time. Nothing across in the 9th inning for New York against Eckersley as Rickey Henderson steals number 939 today. The A's go on to win 7-4 over the Yankees. Back with the final totals at 2 minutes.